In this video I will forge this key. This is a key to a pull lock. I will explain in the end of the video how it works, but first some forging. The materials I'm going to use is a square bar, 6 by 6 millimeters. On this key I'm going to do a forge weld on the loop on the top of the key, which is also called the bow. That I choose to do a forge weld instead of punching the hole because of I want to have the hole to be a teardrop shape, and also I get a bit more material, so the loop itself will be a bit thicker than if I would punch the hole. So we put this bar in the fire and start with the bow. I am first making a short taper. Making a scarf, preparing it for the weld. And right after the taper, about 1 centimeter, I make a set down. Go about half of the thickness, the material. Then I'm making another set down. This is about 3 centimeters from the first one. And I'm looking for having the same thickness over here as the first one. Then I'm moving over to the middle part, knocking down the corners so I get a smooth bow. Like this. Taking a good heat, brush it clean, preparing it for the weld, adding some flux, a bit more, and fold over. Folding it over and adjusting it so it meet up like this. This is ready for the weld. On this seat I will also taper the shaft a bit. So we got the bow welded. And I'm now going to make a mark for 4.5 centimeters. And here is where I'm going to cut it off later. I am also going to make a set down at 1.5 centimeters up. So I'm going to cut it off here, and over here I'm making a set down. A light tap on the mark where I'm going to cut it off. Then back to the fire and do the set down. About 1.5 centimeters from the mark. And I'm also going to shape the shaft, knocking down the corners. I'm happy with the shaft. Going to take a new heat and shape the bow. And for this I'm using just tongue and pushing it into the hole, trying to get it a bit wider and getting it to the shape I want. The bow has now a nice teardrop shape, and next step is to cut it off at my mark here and forge out this bit and make some teeth. Using my pin hammer, hammering it out so I get the material where I want it. Spread it out nice and wide. I got the material spread out and the bit is ready. Now I'm going to make some cuts and shape the teeth. To make these cuts I'm going to use the angle grinder, but a hacksaw and file do also work, but I'm going with the angle grinder. So I have now made the cuts and the teeth are ready. I'm just going to do some file work on this, make the edges a bit smoother, and when I'm happy with it I'm going to bend this, so then it will be finished. So I got it nice and smooth, and next up is to bend it. I'm cooling the tip so I'm not deforming teeth when I'm forging this. And making a approximately 90 degrees bend. The key might look a bit different from modern keys, and there are two different versions of a pull lock. I will show you and try to explain how it works. One version is that you have holes in your bolt that is locking the door, and you have the key. This bolt have 2 holes, and the key would look like this. But you take your key, place it in your the keyhole, turn it 90 degrees, and find the holes in the bolt, and then you pull the bolt, so it will unlock the door. And the other version is that you have the bolt with 3 hollows in. When you pull the bolt and lock the door, 3 pins will fall down into these hollows, so it will lock the bolt in place. And to unlock, take your key through the keyhole, turn it 90 degrees, and then lift those pins. And then in this version you will also need your other hand to pull the bolt and unlock the door. And that's why it's called a pull lock. I will also attach a cord to this, so it can be worn as a pendant. Because through history, the key has been a symbol of power and authority. So if you had a key, you could wear it hanging in your belt, or why not as a necklace, just anywhere where it's visible, so you can show others that you had power, you had the key. There are also a lot of mysteries and magic when it comes to locks and keys. And I have read that if a key is handled correctly, it could cure illness and also make the birthing easier. It was placed on the bed next to the woman, and then the birth of the child would go a lot easier. Dragons and monsters could also be carved around the keyhole, so it would scare away the demons when they tried to sneak in through the hole. And the keys could also be decorated with monsters and dragons for the same reason. And I have an example on a padlock that I made. On this padlock I have engraved a dragon around the keyhole. Let's see if, I don't know if you can see it, but there it is, surrounding the keyhole. And the key is also shaped. I have maybe a wolf's head or some kind of monster there on the key. The key is also a bit decorated, just for that reason, that is gonna be worn visible and act like a jewelry. This is a padlock, a Viking era padlock, and it works like this. There are 3 feathers going through this plate, and it will lock. And with this key, these 3 will pinch the feathers, so I can pull it out. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.